Hello and welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with the previous day practice question first. The question was, consider the following statements. 1. When meteoroids enter the Earth's atmosphere, they are called asteroids. 2. When a meteoroid enters the Earth's atmosphere and hits the ground, it is called meteors. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Recently, a new study published in the journal Science offers an explanation for the existence of organic compounds on the surface of meteoroid called ALH 84001. Now, difference between meteor, meteorite and meteoroid. The difference between a meteor, meteorite and meteoroid is nothing but where the object is. Meteoroids are objects in space that range in size from dust grains to small asteroids. Think of them as space rocks. But when meteoroids enter the Earth's atmosphere, they are called meteors. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. But if a meteoroid enters the Earth's atmosphere and hits the ground, it is called a meteoroid. Hence, statement 2 is also incorrect. So the correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Let's begin today's session. First question is, the Hyderabad declaration recently seen in the news is related to civilian policing, disaster management, e-governance or agriculture. The correct answer is option C, e-governance. The 24th Conference on E-Governance was held with the collaboration of the Union Government's Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, that is METI, and the Telangana State Government. At the conference, the Hyderabad Declaration on E-Governance was adopted. Hence, option C is correct. The declaration aims to bring citizens and governments closer through digital platforms and transform citizen services through the use of technology. So the correct answer is option C, e-governance. Next question is, which of the following defense exercises does not involve India-Russia cooperation? Exercise TSENTR 2019, Indra exercises, Zapad 2021 or Nomadic Elephant? The correct answer is option D, Nomadic Elephant. Recently, India's INS Kochi and Russian ships engaged in the international PASEX, that is passage exercise. Exercise TSENTR 2019. Exercise TSENTR 2019 is part of the annual series of large-scale exercises that form part of the Russian Armed Forces annual training cycle. Indra exercises. It is a joint tri-services exercise between India and Russia. The Indra series of exercises began in 2003. It was conducted as a single service exercise alternately between the two countries. However, the first joint tri-services exercise was conducted in 2017. Zapad 2021. It is a multinational military exercise and is one of the theater-level exercises of the Russian Armed Forces and will focus primarily on operations against terrorists. Nomadic Elephant. It is an India-Mongolia joint military exercise. Hence, option D is correct. It is aimed at training troops in counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operations under the United Nations mandate. So the correct answer is option D, Nomadic Elephant. Next question is, with reference to the rare earth metals, consider the following statements. 1. These minerals have unique magnetic, luminescent and electrochemical properties. 2. They are a set of 17 metallic elements. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2 or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. That is, both the statements are correct. Recently, the US has proposed a law aiming to end China's alleged chokehold on rare earth metal supplies. These minerals have unique magnetic, luminescent and electrochemical properties and thus are used in many modern technologies including consumer electronics, computers and networks, communications, healthcare, national defense, etc. So, statement 1 is correct. There are a set of 17 metallic elements. These include 15 lanthanides on the periodic table in addition to scandium and yttrium that show similar physical and chemical properties to the lanthanides. The 17 rare earths are cerium, that is Ce, dysprosium, that is Dy, erbium, that is Er, europium, that is Eu, gadolinium, that is Gd, holmium, that is Ho, lanthanum, that is La, lutetium, that is Lu, neodymium, that is Nd, praseodymium, that is Pr, promethium, that is Pm, samarium, Sm, scandium, Sc, terbium, Tb, thulium, terbium, that is Yb, and yttrium, that is Y. Hence, statement 2 is correct. So the correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Next question is, consider the following statements. 1. Padma Shri is the highest in the hierarchy of Padma Awards, followed by Padma Vibhushan and Padma Bhushan. 2. A higher category of Padma Award can be conferred on a person only after a gap of at least 5 years since the conferment of the earlier Padma Award. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? Correct answer is option B, 2 only. Padma Shri awardee and social activist Shanti Devi passed away recently at her residence in Gunupur, Raigad district of Odisha. The Padma Awards are announced annually on Republic Day, that is 26th January. It was instituted in 1954 except for brief interruption suspended during the years 1978 and 1979 and 1993 to 1997. It is one of the highest civilian honors of India. A higher category of Padma Award can be conferred on a person only where a period of at least 5 years has elapsed since the conferment of the earlier Padma Award. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The awards are given in the 3 categories. Padma Vibhushan for exceptional and distinguished service, Padma Bhushan for distinguished service of higher order, and Padma Shri for distinguished service. Padma Vibhushan is the highest in the hierarchy of Padma Awards, followed by Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. So, the correct answer is option B, 2 only. Next question is, which of the following statements is or are not correct regarding vitamin D? 1. It is produced endogenously in the body by ultraviolet rays from the sunlight. 2. It maintains adequate calcium and phosphate concentrations in blood. 3. The deficiency of vitamin D is only limited to polar regions. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option C, 3 only. Skeletal muscles normally brim with energy, yet they starve in the absence of vitamin D, says recent research of the National Institute of Immunology, New Delhi. This research demonstrates that glycogen stored in the skeletal muscles is not converted into a usable form of energy without vitamin D. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin that is naturally present in very few foods like fatty fish, fish liver oils, beef liver, cheese, and egg yolks. It is also produced endogenously when ultraviolet rays from sunlight strike the sun and trigger vitamin D synthesis. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Vitamin D maintains adequate calcium and phosphate concentrations in blood. It prevents the weakening of bones. It has other roles in the body, including cell growth, neuromuscular and immune function, and reduction of inflammation. Hence, statement 2 is correct. India has a large population suffering from vitamin D deficiency. This is despite India being a tropical nation getting abundant sunshine, which is a precursor to vitamin D formation in the body. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Effects of deficiency include rickets in children and osteomalacia, that is softening of bones in adults. Bones can become thin, brittle, or mishappen, that is effects of deficiency. So the correct answer is option C, 3 only. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding DLI, that is Design Linked Incentive Scheme. 1. The DLI scheme is an initiative of the Ministry of Electronics and Information. 2. It aims to nurture at least 20 domestic companies involved in semiconductor design and facilitate them to achieve turnover of more than 1500 crore rupees in the next 5 years. 3. CDAC, that is Center for Development of Advanced Computing, will serve as the nodal agency for implementation of the DLI scheme. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. That is, all the statements are correct. The DLI scheme was announced by the Ministry of Electronics and Information, that is MeitY, as a part of 76,000 crore rupees, that is $10 billion package that the government announced in December 2021. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Under it, financial incentives and design infrastructure support will be extended to domestic companies, startups and MSMEs across various stages of development and deployment of semiconductor design. The scheme aims to nurture at least 20 domestic companies involved in semiconductor design and facilitate them to achieve turnover of more than 1500 crore rupees in the next 5 years. So, statement 2 is correct. CDAC, that is Center for Development of Advanced Computing, a scientific society operating under MeitY, will serve as the nodal agency for implementation of the DLI scheme. So, statement 3 is also correct. So, the correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Desh के mentor program. 1. People between the ages of 25 and 50 can sign up to be the mentors and will be connected with students based on mutual interest. 2. The idea is for the young mentors to guide students through higher education and career options, preparation for higher education entrance exams, and dealing with the pressure of it all. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently, the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, that is NCPCR, recommended that the Delhi government suspend its flagship Desh के mentor program till the time when all the loopholes pertaining to the safety of the children are overhauled. The program was launched in October 2021 and is aimed at connecting students in class 9 to 12 with voluntary mentors. People between the ages of 18 and 35 can sign up to be the mentors and will be connected with students based on mutual interest. Hence, statement 1 is incorrect. The idea is for the young mentors to guide students through higher education and career options, preparation for higher education entrance exams, and dealing with the pressure of it all. Hence, statement 2 is correct. So, the correct answer is option B, 2 only. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Arome mission. 1. It is an initiative of the Union Ministry of Science and Technology through the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR. 2. It has led to the well-known Purple Revolution and Yellow Revolution in India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. While observing the first National Startup Day, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said that Purple Revolution is Jammu and Kashmir's contribution to Startups India. The Arome mission launched by the Union Ministry of Science and Technology through the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It has led to the well-known Purple Revolution in India. The Yellow Revolution launched in 1986 to 1987 to increase the production of edible oil, especially mustard and sesame seeds, to achieve self-reliance. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. So, the correct answer is option A, 1 only. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding Birju Maharaj. 1. He was associated with Lucknow Gharana through his father, Achan Maharaj. 2. He was an outstanding drummer, prolific singer and composer, and was fond of playing tabla and naal. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. That is, both the statements are correct. Kathak maestro Birju Maharaj breathed his last in the early hours of January 17, 2022. Birju Maharaj was born on 4 February 1938 in Handia, United Provinces, British India, to Achan Maharaj of Lucknow Gharana, that is Jagannath Maharaj. Hence, statement 1 is correct. He was trained by his father and uncles Lachu Maharaj and Shambhu Maharaj. Birju Maharaj was also an outstanding drummer, prolific singer and composer. He was fond of playing tabla and naal, and without any formal training, he played the sitar, sarod, violin, sarangi with ease. Hence, statement 2 is also correct. He was also a singer having command over thumri, dadra, bhajan and ghazal. So, the correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Last question is, the State of the World special address recently seen in the news is associated with which of the following? World Economic Forum's Davos agenda, Paris Agreement related to climate change, Global Astrometric Interferometer for Astrophysics, or Glasgow Summit urged countries to consider strengthening their 2030 targets by COP27. The correct answer is option A, World Economic Forum's Davos agenda. Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered a State of the World special address at World Economic Forum's Davos agenda, hence option A is correct. Today, India is providing a record number of software engineers. More than 50 lakh software developers are working in India. As compared to mere 100 startups in 2014, India has more than 60,000 startups today, out of which 80 are unicorns, and more than 40 unicorns emerged in 2021 itself. He also talked about India's huge, safe and successful digital payments platform and informed that in the last month itself, more than 4.4 billion transactions took place through Unified Payments Interface. So the correct answer is option A, World Economic Forum's Davos agenda. Now it's time for the practice question. Which of the following statements is not correct regarding the Western disturbances? It is an extratropical storm originating in the Mediterranean region. It is associated with rainfall, snowfall and fog in northern India. It is important for the development of the Kharif crop in the northern subcontinent, or it travels from the western to the eastern direction on high altitude westerly jet streams. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.